2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. The action tonight will be happening out in Phoenix, where the Suns will be going up against the Brooklyn Nets. Looking at the Nets, they're ahead of where they were last season at this time. Always nice to see that progress in a positive direction. The Brooklyn Nets appear to be in Plan B mode. You remember when new ownership came in 2010, they spent big, traded aggressively for some big-name free agents, hoping it would put them in the hunt for a title. Hasn't exactly happened, Jet.
No, they took that shot, and it didn't work. It didn't work at all. But it's tough to rebuild now. You know, a lot of those picks were traded away to the Celtics, and they are going to just be a strong basketball team in the coming years.
Well, you're right, Ken. It didn't work. That's why they had to put a new front office in place. You know, bringing on some talent from San Antonio. We know how they do it in San Antonio. They're taking the patient route, building from the ground up.
And that is it. Just about time for tip-off. We'll see you later.
That's a great look at our location tonight, the home of the Suns here in downtown Phoenix. We are live in Phoenix, Arizona, as the Suns are about to go into this interconference contest. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brett Berry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, guys, when Devin Booker's father finished his playing career in Europe, Devin, who was then 15, moved from Michigan to Mississippi to train with him. Devin said it was a culture shock, but it was the best decision I ever made. I was a student of the game, but I never understood the grind. He instilled that, and it stuck with me. Kevin?
And that kind of toughness is crucial to have at a young age. Thanks, D.A. A battle of upstarts tonight. Both teams want to win, but also want to develop young talent. Brent, at this stage, is one goal more important than the other?
Yeah, I think development is first and foremost for each of these teams, Kevin. And sometimes you can learn more from losing than you can from winning. I was always told as a player growing up, when you lose, don't lose the lesson. The team right here with developing young talent needs to make sure that they adhere to that.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Down low, it's Booker and Mozgov. Lynn and Russell are in the backcourt, and it's Carroll in at the small forward. Now here's Carroll. No good. Booker against Russell. A nice shot by Booker.
I like to watch Devin Booker get himself in that in-between area on the floor and get a jump shot off like that.
Here's Mozgov. The basket good off the assist from Lynn.
And I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game, getting the ball inside early.
Ulis dishes to Chandler. He feeds it to Booker. Mozgov with the block. It's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. A nice shot by Booker. Phoenix on defense. It's a three-point game. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Yeah, and they were just shaky at times when it mattered most in that game, and it cost them.
Yeah, Greg, I think you're right there. At major turning points, they miss a series of shots, they make some mistakes, and it led to the wipeout.
And that one is good.
Yeah, masterful job by Russell with the height and shiftiness to kill you off the pick.
Now, here's Ulis, defended by Lynn. Warren kicks to Chandler. Left block shot on the way, and the basket good. A bank shot that time.
I admire how polished Chandler is close to the rim. That's where he's going to take most of his field goal attempts, but down deep in the paint and looking to score.
They set the pick. Russell kicks to Lynn. Mozgov sets a screen for Lynn. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Lynn's got his first basket.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Wait, did you just say trickeration, GA? I think it's a size disadvantage there that he was willing to attack, but you have to develop that skill set and have counters.
Puts it up from 12. Rebounded by Jackson. Suns have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Ulis with it. He's picked up by Russell. Booker outside. Jackson in the corner. Shoots a 3. And it's Lynn with the rebound. Brooklyn trailing. Mozgov sets a screen for Lynn. Chandler with the block.
That's what he does, Tyson Chandler, redirecting that one.
Back to Booker. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on D'Angelo Russell.
Just watch Devin Booker shoot 2 or 3 shots, and you can see why he's such an explosive scorer. A smooth stroke can hurt you in many ways, and once he gets locked in, as we saw last year with a 70-point game, he can become devastating.
Two shots.
The first one falls. And with Booker, that versatility that he has on the offensive end is a big plus for him. Not, Brent, just a jump shooter. He can post you up, and he can also hit from mid-range.
Yeah, there are other facets to his game that he'd like to explore. You think about his rookie season averaging about 14 points a game, and then in his second year already over 20. But I think that Devin Booker would like to shoot the ball a little bit better. Last season, just 36% from 3. Maybe that number will go up this year.
Now here's Lynn. He had 13 points in the win against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line.
Shot clock at 5. Fires from 14. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
You'd just like to see the defensive effort get better for their ball club. They can't expect guys to miss the mid-range Jays every time.
And the shot by Warren, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Russell with a wide open look. Yes. And a nice assist from Lynn.
Yeah, and we're going to be watching this for the next decade or more. Russell savage from deep.
Booker with it. He's picked up by Russell. The drive by Booker. The shot, no good. Some solid defense there from Lynn. Dishes to Booker. Right block shot. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And typically on the road, it's harder to get into a great rhythm offensively, but they did just that.
Felt like the louder the crowd got and the more hostile they were, the more together this team played. So it worked out nicely.
The Nets have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Booker against Russell. Pass to Lynn. There's the pick. Down low. Here's Booker. It's hauled in by the Suns. They traveled to Brooklyn last time they faced the Nets, and they came away with a win.
And, you know, it wasn't just that they got stops. It was the way they got stops. Rejection after rejection.
Yeah, after a while, it just felt like they were demoralizing the opponent. It affected them mentally, and they took advantage.
Nets trail by 4. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And really, Lynn has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
Jackson a screen on Carroll. Booker the pass to Warren. Shoots over Mozgov. And Warren with the basket on the assist by Booker. Warren's got his 3rd bucket of the night. The Nets have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Lynn kicks to Carroll. Mozgov a screen on Jackson. Here's Carroll. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. Chandler's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Ulis, banked in off the glass. Ulis has got his first basket of the night.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Russell against Booker. Outside Russell. The feed now to Mozgov. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And just showing great vision there. Russell surveys the floor and whips it to the open man.
Ulis kicks to Booker. Over Russell. No good from Booker.
Oh, you just relish those kind of opportunities, and the defense got lucky, but they need to guard that area of the floor a little bit better.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, you have to admire the aggressiveness of Lin, constantly looking to draw the foul on his shot. And going into last season, Jeremy Lin signed with the Nets for that 3-year deal and close to $36 million, and excited to make his return to really the birthplace of Linsanity. Unfortunately, the hamstring injuries cost him a huge chunk of that season.
And the first one at the line is good. And Greg, Jeremy Lin described last season as a year of my prime down the drain. I mean, it had to be demoralizing.
Yeah, especially after bouncing around for a few years. He thought he'd found a chance to start and a chance to lead, and instead he found himself in dress casual on the bench.
Both free throws good from Lin.
And Lin has really carved out a nice role for himself in our league. An effective two-way player who can score, rebound, pass, and defend.
Now here's Knight. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Spurs in San Antonio. Chris gets the bucket.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Lin. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. Crab, no good. Phoenix leading by 4. Now here's Dudley. 14 points from him the last game against San Antonio. Len dishes to Bender. Shot from 12. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. That's an excellent job.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Here is Knight following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. Pass to Bender. Launches it. The shot off that time. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Outside, Lin. There's Crab with the 3. They get it again. Zeller. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
And this is what happens when you fail to block out.
Defensive rebounding just as important as causing the miss in the first place.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Dinwiddie's checked in. On the free throw, no good.
And up and down this Suns roster, there is a ton of youth. One of the younger teams in our league last season, and that was weighted with Tyson Chandler's age. A lot of young players looking to make their mark here in the NBA. That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
There's a screen. Hollis Jefferson can't hit.
It is so tough to make those kind of shots with the defense draped all over you. Got
a piece of it. Now Now here's Cram, covered by Chris. Dinwiddie with the bucket. Here's Knight. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. There's a screen by Chris. Knight passes to Chris. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
How about Chris using a little bit of muscle to get his way, fighting through the contact that time. And with Marquise Chris out of the University of Washington, the 8th overall pick from 2016, he took a little bit of time to get settled as a rookie, but about halfway through the season, you could see the light go on, and you could see why the team brought him in. Explosive as a four-man and great at running the floor.
One shot, gentlemen.
That's good from Chris. And with Chris, the length and mobility that he shows at his position, Brent, something that GMs and coaches are always searching for.
Well, kind of cool that the guy just turned 20 years old during the summer. I look forward to the progress that Marquise Chris is going to make after 75 starts in his rookie season. An explosive four-man around the rim.
And now here's Chris after the miss from Tyler Zeller. Bender kicks to Dudley. Trying to find Knight and gets it to him. Can't cash in from close range. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Here's Dinwiddie. Hits it from three-point range. Dinwiddie's got 5. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now here's Knight. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Here's Dudley. And that one hits back iron.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
Here's Knight. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game, and it's blocked. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's Dinwiddie. It's deflected.
And shooters have to be more careful when Bender is nearby. He's so skilled at rejecting shots.
Glenn, a screen.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
.59 seconds left in the first quarter. Chris can't hit. And here are the Nets. They're on a 16-7 run. Dinwiddie with the bucket. Now it's a 5-point Nets lead. Phoenix is gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Glenn, a screen. Knight kicks to Dudley. Bender with a wide open look. Brooklyn with the rebound. Zeller's got 4 rebounds in this game. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Here's Knight. Second chance shot. Bender, no good.
A bit shocking that he has not registered one made field goal in the quarter, guys.
Dinwiddie kicks to Zeller, shoots over Len. Not enough on that one as it misses. Right on the wing, and so it's Brooklyn holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And let's hear from Tyson Chandler. He talked about what he brings to this team.
I do a lot that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. That's what I pride myself on. You know, some nights you're not going to get the ball, but you still can be effective on the floor. Whether that's rebounding, playing defense, hustling, trying to create extra shots for your team. Whatever it is necessary that I feel like help my team get a win.
Chandler has long been the kind of player all coaches want on their team. He's the definition, Greg, of an unselfish player who doesn't care about his ego or his stats.
And he knows that and prides himself on it. That also makes him the kind of player his teammates appreciate so much, because they know nobody wins any rings without a guy like Tyson Chandler on the team.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And from Brooklyn, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
Love the pace they're playing with. Anytime you can get your offense going without the defense setting up, got a huge advantage.
Bender out there with Alex Len. Then there's Brandon Knight. And there's Chris. And it's Dudley in at the shooting guard. So that's the Suns' 5 as we get into the second quarter.
Some good court awareness that time from Brandon Knight. He's a creative guard who has a good feel for when his guys are open.
Here's Dinwiddie, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
Well, that's a play that only works by practicing over and over and having a great rhythm with your teammate. You could see the timing there.
And some great passing here so far. Let's check out this chart that breaks down where the assists have been coming from for Brooklyn.
And their guards have been the ones to really set the tone here tonight with their ability to create shots. You talk about the big fellas. They love to play with guards who try to keep them involved offensively.
Nets leading by 6. And the foul called on Brandon Knight. That's his first foul. And the Nets with possession here. Dinwiddie kicks to Crabbe. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. And now a 9-point Nets lead.
Well, a primary example of shot mechanics from Crabbe. Very few limits on his range.
You know, Brent, the one thing we've seen from Coach Earl Watson is that he has a very good working relationship with his roster. His players have always said they have the trust of their coach.
Well, that's the key buzzword for what it is that Earl Watson wants to do with this young ball club, is that he wants to grow as they grow, and he wants to know that at all times Earl Watson has their back. He wants them to have the kind of success in the league that is going to afford them everything that they want, and he never shies away about talking about those things.
Here's Dinwiddie. There's the screen, picked by Zeller. Crabbe from long range. Offensive rebound, Nets. Here's Dinwiddie. He's guarded by Knight. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. They shoot again. Phoenix grabs the miss. Bender's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Dudley dishes to Knight. The pass to Chris. And stolen by Crabbe. And it's Marquise Chris with the foul. That's his first foul. Devin Booker, he's checked in for Phoenix. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Booker's checked in. About 3 minutes played so far in this second quarter. They set the pick. Dinwiddie kicks to Crabbe. Passes it to LeVert. Rejected by Len. Feeds it to Booker. Kicks it to Dudley. Looking to end the run. LeVert grabs the miss. Nets leading by 11. 4-on-3 break. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. It's hauled in by the Suns.
Got to get out his compass and just try to find himself right now and get himself going.
The drive by Booker. And more, it's looking like Devin Booker, the 13th pick in the 2015 draft, is going to be one of the biggest steals of that draft class.
And he's one that all GMs are looking at, and they wish they could have a redo. I mean, Booker was very young when he entered the draft, and some teams maybe shied away from that. But clearly he's shown that he could be one of the best players in that class.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Brent, every team's looking for skilled bigs who can hit the 3, defend the perimeter, pull out other bigs. At what point do we start seeing 6'9", 6'10", 6'11" guards? I guess we're kind of getting a glimpse of that now.
Yes, with apologies to Magic Johnson and what he was able to do through his career with the Lakers. Those guys are all throughout the league already. I mean, we've already hit that mark, Kevin, where we're seeing some of these guys do extraordinary things in terms of their skill with the basketball in open space. Thank you. Oh.
Getting everyone involved. Russell operating the offense like a seasoned vet.
That unleashed chaos Under Armour replay really giving us a good look at the action. And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. And for D'Angelo Russell, the former #2 overall pick in 2015 out of Ohio State. Greg, in your opinion, what makes him so special as a prospect?
I think it's all about his skill level. I mean, the league loves players who can handle, pass, and shoot. And he can do all 3 at an elite level. And he's not just a stationary shooter. He can hit pull-ups, a very good in-between game as well. Let's just see if he can continue his maturation process. Out quickly, then the beautiful execution. You can't do it any better.
Well, there's running the floor, and then there's running the floor with purpose. And I love the energy.
Oh!
You saw that.
Hey, how about the ferocity on that one? He is a force to be reckoned with, an absolute vicious dunker.
Lynn kicks to Russell. Russell sets a screen for Lynn. From 13, good D by Booker.
Pretty surprised he missed that shot. The defense was decent, but not really a factor.
He kicks to Chandler. Here's Jackson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Hey, Greg, when you watch Josh Jackson play, it's easy to see that he can eventually be one of the best defenders in the league if he works at it.
The blocks and steals, I think, will always be there for Jackson with that length. As he progresses as a player, though, he should improve in the little things. It reminds you a bit of a young Andre Iguodala at times with how explosive he can be athletically.
And he knocks down the first one.
And Jackson certainly has a lot of explosiveness. One of those guys who really wears his heart on his sleeve and brings that energy level every night.
And so Jackson nails both of them.
And one of the things that stands out about Josh Jackson out of Kansas, his playmaking ability at that forward position. For a guy 6'8", you can put the ball in his hands and let him create offense for you, much like a Draymond Green.
Lynn kicks to Mozgov. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 5 assists tonight.
And being aggressive, using that length, Mozgov owning the painted area in the face of pressure.
The dish now to Warren. There's a good screen. Over in the corner, Chandler. That is good. And the Nets lead is cut back down to 10 points after they get the bucket from Ulis. And Josh Jackson, Greg, out of Kansas, able to step into that point forward role well.
And in today's game, you can't have too many playmakers on the court at one time. Josh Jackson is Draymond Green 2.0. You know, a little bit better athlete, can be a difference maker defensively, but also has that high IQ on the offensive side to make everybody better.
And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Suns trail by 10. Ulis passes to Jackson. Back to Ulis. Chandler outside. Booker against Russell. 6 on the shot clock. Ulis dishes to Booker. And there's the call on Chandler. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, pretty obvious over the back call there, but being out of position, that was really the only option.
Try to make as good a decision as you can every time you have the basketball, but that time he attacked without thinking too much.
Outside, Lynn. Over Ulis. And he overshot that one, missing.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Here's Warren. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Warren's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Phoenix. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Picked by Mozgov. Jackson against Carroll. He dishes it to Booker. He feeds it to Lynn. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Tyler Ulis. And the Nets adding their own G League affiliate, the Long Island Nets.
Yeah, and the Nets franchise originally, remember, based in Long Island. So nice to have that homecoming. And, of course, with young talent development, so critical for this Nets organization. Having that minor league team in close proximity, very valuable.
No good on the free throw. Obviously some terrific on-ball defenders out there, but Brent, in your estimation, who are some of the best help defenders in the NBA now?
A couple guys come to mind, Kevin. When you say help and they're actually there, Jay Crowder does a good job of recognizing, when the strong side gets broken down and he can come over and help. Certainly Draymond Green does a great job of guarding just about anything for the Golden State Warriors. And then maybe you think about some big guys in the league. Timofey Mozgov in the right position most of the time. Hassan Whiteside for Miami. So they come in all shapes and sizes, Kev. The biggest thing they contribute is their communication skills on the backside. And to give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
Lynn with it. Now guarded by Ulis. Deep 2 from Carroll. Rebounded by Jackson. Suns trail by 7. Ulis kicks to Jackson. Mozgov with the block.
And the size and length of Mozgov, a big factor. Hard to convert when he's there. And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
For 3, Booker. Again, the miss by Booker.
He seems to be forcing just a little bit out there. He needs to play a little calmer, a little smarter, with a little bit more poise if they're going to win this one.
For Phoenix, they've gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Ulis kicks to Booker, and stolen by Russell. In transition, here come the Nets.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
And Chandler throws it down.
How about Devin Booker scanning the floor and finding the right option?
In the pass to Booker. And here is Lynn. He's got 9. Here's Mozgov. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
A man with height and reach. Mozgov screaming extra chance point.
Jackson a screen on Carroll. Ulis dishes to Jackson. Can't hit from in close. Nets leading by 9. And it's Carroll in the corner. No good on the triple. Phoenix has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Here's Booker. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Booker's got 5 points in the quarter.
fun to watch Devin Booker score the basketball. So efficient in this one.
Picked by Mozgov. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And over the course of the Nets franchise history, some interesting decisions. I mean, back in the 90s, they came very close to changing the team name to the Swamp Dragons. I think I'm just going to leave that one right there.
And that one falls for Lynn. So, Greg, how close were the Nets to being the Swamp Dragons anyway?
Well, it needed a unanimous vote of all the teams to change it, but there was one vote against it. The Nets themselves voted against the change, and they had 7 owners who rotated voting duties, and the one on deck got cold feet.
Both free throws good from Lynn. Suns trail by 9. Booker with it. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against San Antonio.
Loved his passing tonight as well. He was just cutting the defense to pieces out there.
There's Jackson with the 3. Good. A nice assist from Booker. Booker's got 3 assists in the game.
And it's important that Jackson become consistent from deep. That definitely has the touch to make shots from there.
Here's the teardrop. Booker right side over Russell. Offensive rebound. Now here's Bender. He's tightly guarded, and the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Yeah, mad respect to Bender for pounding the offensive boards there. So skilled at earning second chance opportunities for his team.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And the Suns here with a different look. Lenz checked in for Chandler. Chris comes in for Jackson. Jared Dudley's checked in for Booker. And it's Brandon Knight in for Tyler Ulis. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Zeller, he's checked in for Mozgov. Alan Crabb comes in for Damari Carroll. LeVert's checked in for D'Angelo Russell. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Jeremy Lin. Free throw good. Bender. Well, the Suns' issue last season was their defensive focus, Brent. Bottom 5 in the league in defense, and had a lot of trouble not committing silly fouls on defense.
That's where youth plays a huge part, Kevin. Inexperience, not understanding the nuances of the NBA defensive game. And a lot of times what you'll see, Kevin, is young guys getting caught up in the idea that, hey, I stopped my man, I did a good job defensively, and that's not really what team defense is all about, certainly at the NBA level.
Knight into the lane. And a miss there on the triple.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
LeVert the pass to Dinwiddie. Dishes it to Crabb. There's the screen. Picked by Zeller. The feed to Dinwiddie. Clock at 6. A floater. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
I love the pace he's playing with, letting his offense come to him naturally and then building upon this lead for his team.
Now here's Dudley. He's guarded close out to the wing. Here's Bender. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And so it's Brooklyn, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They lead by 9 points. And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
They did an awesome-orific job. That's right, Ernie, awesome-orific. That's awesome and terrific together. Anyway, they did an awesome-orific job of limiting turnovers. They were almost mistake-free. It puts you in the right frame of mind when you can play like that. And as long as they keep protecting the ball in the next 2 quarters, they will protect the lead.
Kenny, your take on Phoenix.
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
And that wraps up halftime as the game is set to get back underway. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan and crew, standing by courtside.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. You gotta like what Devin Booker is doing in this one.
And in that first half, something we don't see a lot of from him, the ability to make everyone around him better.
Yeah, that's not really his forte, Greg. Unselfish play.
Now Ulis, and now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So for Brooklyn now, Lynn and Russell are in the backcourt. Carroll and Booker are your small and power forwards, and it's Mozgov in at the pivot spot manning the middle. No good from Booker.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Russell kicks to Carroll. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
And how about Carroll using his size there, taking it strong inside?
Now, here's Ulis. Pass to Chandler. Outside Jackson. Excellent D there from Mozgov.
Yeah, defense timed that out perfectly. Love the aggressiveness, and then they changed the shot's direction.
Russell kicks to Lynn. Mozgov dishes to Russell. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Suns trail by 11. The drive by Booker, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against Brooklyn.
And Booker is tremendous at driving to the inside, throws himself at the D to get the call. One of the players last year who made a big leap in their play, and especially consistency in their playing, was one TJ Warren. He picked it up on defense. That's the reason why he earned maybe a few extra minutes from Earl Watson. Ended up being a big contributor to the Suns.
Free throw good, Booker. And with Warren, a guy who wasn't really expected to do so much with any team, but now Brady is viewed as a big part of the future.
Well, I think a lot of teams were curious as to whether or not TJ Warren, coming out of North Carolina State, could be as an explosive a scorer as he was in college. And in Phoenix last year, up to 31 minutes a game, averaged about 14 per, and as a wing runner and a guy who can get into the mid-range and paint and create havoc, he had a pretty solid year.
Carroll passes to Lynn. Picked by Mozgov. Floats one. Lynn's shot is off. Suns trail by 10. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Mozgov with the steal. Carroll against Jackson. Carroll kicks to Mozgov. Here's Russell, and Jackson with the block.
And Jackson is an impressive defender, using his huge wingspan to turn away shots.
They're 1 of 5 to begin this half, guys, and they have to address this problem quickly or this could get out of hand.
Brooklyn leading by 10. Picked by Mozgov. Lynn dishes to Russell. Mozgov a screen on Booker. The drive by Russell. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint. And a big move for D'Angelo Russell this past offseason. Traded from the Lakers to Brooklyn. Now one of the major building blocks of this team that has embraced him wholeheartedly.
One shot, gentlemen.
And with the draft spot the Lakers had and the spotted history with D'Angelo Russell, you know, Greg, it wasn't a huge shock to see him move.
You know, it just seemed to me that Russell wasn't the right fit for what LA wanted to do. Still a very young and talented player who has a chance to kind of reinvent himself here in New York. He's shown a bit more maturity since that trade and since joining this team.
Well, watching T.J. Warren, you see a player who is always in control of every small action he makes on the floor.
Well, I think starting basketball games for T.J. Warren last year was a huge confidence builder. In his first 2 seasons, just 5 starts, but last year in his campaign, 59. He seemed to keep growing and growing in terms of that confidence that we're talking about, and then his ability to score started to blossom.
That free throw good from Warren. Both free throws good from Warren. Hey, Brent, you made the NBA playoffs in your second year. Talk about the mental preparation that goes into one's first postseason as a player.
I think it's always a special time, Kevin, just because of the unknown factor. And at that time, it was the Clippers, my second season, a team that was very young and inexperienced. And so it was all fresh and new. And the biggest challenge for any coach in that sort of predicament is to make sure that players are on task and focused. We certainly were not. The Utah Jazz took care of us, and that's because of one John Stockton and Karl Malone.
And the Suns call time here.
Well, the sun set for the Phoenix organization on the draft this year as they ended up falling out of the top 3 after a really tough season. Still, they have a lot of youth to build around for their foreseeable future.
Suns trail by 13. Here's Ulis. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Back to Booker. Mozgov grabs the board. Mozgov's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And Brent, even with the bad luck in the lottery, the Suns picked up another great player to add to the likes of Chris and Booker.
Well, for a while, it seemed like the Suns were just stuck between trying to compete and then fully retooling this entire team, and that's what they did. They have committed to the youth. They also have a very young coach in Earl Watson that could get their ear, and maybe if these guys have the shared experience coming up together of not having consistent success, that if it turns around for them, something special could be brewing.
Outside, Lynn. Pass to Carroll from deep. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
He can't make a thing out there right now, guys. If he keeps this up, don't be surprised if his team gives up this lead.
Here's Lynn. Here's Mozgov. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And that could be a costly foul there. Mozgov, a pretty good free throw shooter.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And, of course, for the Nets, I mean, they won't control their own first-round pick until 2019. There's going to be some losing along the way with not much reward.
Alex Len's checked in for Tyson Chandler. And he gets it to go. And it's 6 points for Tyler Ulis.
And Jackson is a terrific passer at that forward position. Fantastic at setting the table for his guys.
Now here's Lynn. He's guarded closely. With some arc. Goes up again. The shot, no good. So Phoenix will take it the other way. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. The drive by Booker, and that comes off the assist by Ulis. Ulis has got 3 assists in the game. And Greg, the Nets trading away the better part of a decade worth of draft picks when they went all in back in 2013 and 2014.
Yeah, going for vets like Darren Williams and Gerald Wallace, Paul Pierce, and of course KG. But unfortunately, all past their primes. That team only able to get to the second round, and boy, what a heavy price to pay for so little success in the postseason.
The pass to Len. They set the pick. Booker outside. Outside for Jackson. Shot clock at 6. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
A big fan of watching Jackson work inside, using his body well to draw the contact. The D can't let him get that close to the basket.
It's hard to imagine a team playing faster than Houston or Golden State, but the Suns actually do that. They push the pace. Phoenix, the second highest paced team in the league last season. This team, like many other Suns teams, wants to get out and run up and down, use those young legs to find scoring opportunities.
That one is off. And Brent, talking about pace and the Suns, of course, they're great teams in the 7 seconds or less era. What was it like playing against that kind of team?
It was incredible to watch Steve Nash operate in the pick and roll like a surgeon. Anytime you gave up something on the weak side or were 2 or 4 feet away from a spot on the floor you needed to be, Steve would take advantage of that, and Amari Stoudemire would be dunking on your head. Not all that fun. But guess what, Kevin? We did end up beating him.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam. And here is Ulis. He has 6. Here's Warren, and he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Chris, he's checked in for Jackson. Dudley comes in for Booker, and Knight subbed in for Ulis. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Booker. Alan Crabb comes in for Damari Carroll. LeVert's checked in for D'Angelo Russell. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Jeremy Lin. That free throw good from Warren. Nets leading by 6. Here's Dinwiddie. He's got 11. Picked by Mozgov. Mozgov a screen on Knight. 6 to shoot. He got right to the cup using that screen. LeVert's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Some guys just take pride in how they set screens. It might seem like a small part of the game, but as you saw there, it can have a huge impact in getting a shooter an open look at the basket.
Dudley, the pass to Len. Feeds it to Knight. Over in the corner, Warren. And the Suns miss again. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. A nice shot by LeVert. And it's a 10-point Brooklyn lead.
Out quickly, then the beautiful execution. You can't do it any better.
Well, there's running the floor, and then there's running the floor with purpose, and I love the energy on this play.
Phoenix calls timeout.
Well, they've been turning that ball over way too much, and they really need to address this if they want to win this game. Huddle up, boys.
And Phoenix making a change here. Bender's checked in, and the Nets also making a change. Andre Hollis Jefferson, he's checked in for Mozgov. The Suns have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the 3rd. Len, a screen. Here's Dudley. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Dudley's got his 1st points of the night.
Phenomenal use of the body there to free himself up from the defender and get a clean look at the basket.
Pick by Zeller. Here's LeVert. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
Yeah, this is the feel of a player to use his body to keep the shot from being blocked. Excellent work there.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And really, the line a season ago was just a battle for him. Just about a 72% free throw shooter.
One shot.
Suns trail by 11. It's Knight with the drive. Here's Dudley. Out to Knight. Fires for three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Knight's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Passes it to LeVert. Here's Dinwiddie. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
You know, I watched Jared Dudley, and he just doesn't get enough credit for how good he is at shooting the basketball. But one of the things he does so well is he sets himself up. He anticipates the pass, and from all his experience, he knows when he gets into those open spaces that he can find his shot and find his rhythm. That finds results.
Here's Zeller. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Zeller's got 6.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
There's a screen by Chris. Knight kicks to Chris. Puts it up from 15. Rebound, Brooklyn. Zeller's got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's LeVert. He's got 11. Knocked away. Len dishes to Knight. Over in the corner, Bender. Len down low. He's covered by Zeller. Len, good.
I like the physicality there on the glass on full display. Great at hitting the boards and then capitalizing off the second chance opportunity.
Dinwiddie passes to Hollis Jefferson. Pick by Zeller. Here's LeVert. No good on the triple. Suns trail by 8. Dudley with it. Now Knight. Back to Dudley. Here's Chris. And he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 9.
Well, the confidence of Marquise Chris continues to grow from that range.
Right wing. LeVert the pass to Zeller. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Dinwiddie kicks to Crabbe. Pick by Zeller. The dish to Dinwiddie. Rebound by the Suns. Land's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Chris pass to Bender. Dinwiddie with the rebound.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time he chose wisely.
Now here is Knight. Defense is right there. There's a screen by Chris. Knight kicks to Len and stolen by Zeller. Dishes it to Crabbe. 17-foot shot on the way.
You can see how clued in the defense is to take away those mid-range shots and challenge. Solid at getting a hand up in the face of the scorers.
Now here's Dudley. Guarded closely. 41 seconds left to play here in the third. kicks it to Cramp. Pick by Zeller. To the right side. 5 on the clock. Up again. It's good on the putback. Zeller's got 4 points in the quarter.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. There's the pick. Knight for 3. The shot missing. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Nets lead by 11. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. And the Nets with possession here. Chris and Chandler are up front. Knight and Booker pairing up at the 1 and the 2. And it's Dudley in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Now, he's done a good job of keeping control of the ball. Even with that turnover, you can tell his teammates trust him to hang on to the pill.
Now, here's Ulis, defended by Lynn. That's tipped.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Carroll, no one around him. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
He's been a little bit disappointing in this game. However, his team has his back. They need a little bit more help from him.
There's Russell with the 3. They get it again. Booker can't cash in from close range. Suns trail by 11. Chandler, the pass to Chris. Changes up, and the layup by Jackson. Jackson's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Suns. Outside, Lynn. Carroll dishes to Booker. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And the Nets lead by 11.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Lynn kicks to Zeller. Outside, Russell. Booker with the screen for Russell. And stolen by Chris. He kicks it to Jackson. Shoots over Carroll. Jackson misses. Nets leading by 9. Here's Zeller. Chandler with the rebound. Chandler's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Ulis. And it's good from the elbow.
Great awareness. No reason to take it inside there against the taller man.
Yeah, most analytics will tell you that the mid-range jumper is not an efficient shot, but you see how effective with guys like that it can be.
Outside, Lynn. Shoots over Ulis. A nice shot by Lynn.
Just wonderful form on the J from Lynn, dropping it in the face of the D.
Here's Chandler, and Chandler throws it down.
And that's just too easy, too big, too far inside, and that's as simple as it gets.
They set the screen. Carroll for 3. The basket good off the assist from Lynn.
And that's his role. That's where Carroll's at his best, the catch and shoot.
And the Suns call time.
And really, the first 3 or 4 seasons of his career, DeMarre Carroll was kind of a fringe rotation player. I think once his three-point shooting took form in Atlanta, that's when his value as a player skyrocketed.
T.J. Warren, he's checked in for Marquise Chris. Mozgov, he's checked in for the Nets. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Earl Watson talking to his team during the break. He said, do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
Two shots.
That's good for Mozgov. And for Damari Carroll, able to hit the 3, but it all starts for him, Greg, at the defensive end.
Yeah, he can be an intimidator on that side of the ball, and with his lockdown mentality defensively, he only needs to provide complementary scoring to be a key contributor.
And he can't hit the second. Hey, Brent, with the size and speed of NBA athletes, could we see the court widened out at some point, whether it's the lane or even the boundaries? Wide.
That's a great question, Kevin. I often thought that the league should widen the court to the point where the 23-9 three-point line should be an exact semicircle.
Is the same, yes.
Which would extend the court another couple feet on each end and create more space, more driving opportunities, more room to watch the greatest athletes in the world do what they do best. That's run, jump, pass, and entertain us. So maybe the league looks at it. Right now, I don't think there's any plans for it, but it's a great question.
A drive by Booker. A second chance effort. Here's Monroe, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, Monroe right now agreeing with these second chance opportunities.
Outside, Lynn. He feeds it to Booker. Over Warren. Here's Mozgov. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Shooting 2.
That's good for Mozgov.
And how about the big Russian, Timofey Mozgov, a good, solid contributor when healthy.
Mozgov hits them both. Suns trail by 7. Now, here's Ulis. He dishes it to Monroe. That one falls.
And sometimes it really just doesn't matter. Monroe, too clever down low, even when the D is sticking around like that.
Outside, Lynn. And it's Carroll in the corner. Picked by Mozgov. Lock at 6. Jumper off the screen. They get the rebound.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contest it.
Warren the pass to Monroe. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. And now just a 3-point Nets lead.
That's the Monroe comfort zone, a polished interior scorer. That's a high percentage shot for their offense.
Picked by Mozgov. Lynn dishes to Mozgov. The feed to Carroll. He's looking for Russell and finds him. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Devin Booker.
he's still a new kid on the block. He's very crafty, and Russell does a great job of just frustrating the defense there.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
Yeah, not many guys entering the league impact their teams this fast. Russell is an exception.
Bender, he's checked in for the Suns. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Suns trail by 5. Ulis kicks to Jackson. That one goes. Count it.
I tell you what, you gotta love his focus there. Jackson really terrific at just muscling through the contact. Takes a lot of pride in his ability to take the hit and still finish.
And that one falls for Jackson. Here's Russell. And it's Mozgov at the elbow. No good. In and out off the rim.
No doubt disappointed with that one. He'd love to have that one back.
Yeah, I'd put that play on repeat. The setup was perfect. Just need a better result next time.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Booker against Russell. Outside, Lynn. Lewis with the steal. Here's Warren. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
It felt like he was a little hesitant in the first half, but really he's amping himself up here and battering around to get himself to the free throw line.
Chris, he's checked in for the Suns. He's perfect from the line this time. And Brooklyn has possession. And here's Russell to stop the run, and he lays it up and in. Russell's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
And, you know, we talk about feel and reading the situation. Russell gets an opening there and does not flinch.
Booker the pass to Chris. Feeds to Ulis. Back to Chris. And Chris throws it down.
Now, Marquise Chris is becoming one of those guys you got to see when he's jamming it down.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Outside, Lynn. Booker outside. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Booker's got 4 points this quarter. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
And Chris throws it down.
And Chris, finding a nice rhythm in this game and getting to the spots on the floor where he can be most effective.
Screen by Russell. Lynn dishes to Carroll. Pass to Booker over Jackson. No good off the back of the rim. The Suns leading. Here's Booker. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. That's on D'Angelo Russell.
Well, you got to like seeing Devin Booker be aggressive, especially when he's shooting the ball, easily earning the foul that time.
The first free throw is good.
Devin Booker is flat out a scoring machine. He shoots a pretty decent percentage from everywhere on the floor.
The Suns making a switch here. Williams is checked in. So he picks up just one from the line that time. And one of those lunch pail players. You love him, Greg. Trevor Booker out of Clemson.
Just hard-nosed, gets on the glass, and although only 6'8", he gets off his feet quickly. A terrific leaper and just one of those ultra-competitive guys.
On the wing, Booker. And stolen by Russell. Pass to Booker. Here's Mozgov. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Mozgov's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, and shooting with confidence. You like to see Mozgov in the zone like that.
Ulis kicks to Booker. Excellent D there from Mozgov. Brooklyn trailing. There's Russell with the three. Rebound by Williams.
Well, he made 1 3 in the first half, but he hasn't found a way to connect again from outside during the second.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Picked by Mozgov. Here's Lynn. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
And Lynn is no stranger to the big moment. He shines brightest when he needs to with these kinds of baskets.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And the technical free throw is good. Alex Len's checked in for Alan Williams. On defense, Brooklyn. There's Ulis. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game. Nets trail by 4. Here's Lynn. There's the pass to Mozgov. And Mozgov throws it down.
And how about the aggressive side of Mozgov? Benefits the team when he's that energized.
Jackson a screen on Lynn. Booker with it. He's picked up by Russell. A nice shot by Booker. Booker's got 20 points.
That's why Devin Booker has the ball for moments just like that.
Floats one up. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Ulis kicks to Warren. He can't get it to go. Nice D from Russell. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting about 43% here in the fourth quarter. It's Carroll on the wing to take the lead. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got 5 assists tonight. We've seen some great competition in this one.
Yeah, 7 already in the game, and I think it shows you how well these two teams match up with one another.
Here's Warren. A rebound by the Nets. .51 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. A solo fast break. Here's Jackson. It counts, and the foul. That one on Mozgov.
Well, that is NBA level right there.
No doubt. Professional move all the way. Puts the team on his back when it matters most.
The free throw off from Jackson. And so it's Brooklyn with it. They trail by 1. Here's Lynn. Had the space there, but it's offline.
I'm shocked he missed that wide open look. He has to feel embarrassed he blew that one.
And the shot by Warren, no good. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Carroll with the 3. In the corner, it's Lynn. The block. And they go to the intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
Gets the first, and that will put them up by 2. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're behind by 2. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
And with a couple seconds still on the clock, I try to get the ball in as close to the basket as possible. That way, if you miss a quick one, you may have time for a putback to tie it at the buzzer.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, T.J. Warren.
Sensational game for him in terms of shooting efficiency. He's taken nothing but high percentage shots. That's how he's managed to hit over 60% from the field. I mean, making just about everything he's looked at.
To win it. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. And so it's Phoenix who's scraped by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you next time.